Every year, over 20 million corn dogs roll off the production line in this factory. But chances are, you've never seen how they're really made. Beneath the crispy golden coating is a process packed with precision, timing, and a few unexpected twists. Picture this: hundreds of hot dogs loaded onto a massive conveyor, dipped into bubbling batter, and flash fried in seconds, all without a single human hand in sight. But how do they get that signature crunch and perfectly sealed ends? And what machine ensures each one gets its stick straight down the center? The answer might just surprise you. From the moment raw ingredients arrive at the loading dock, the journey of this deep-fried classic begins long before it hits the fryer. Truckloads of flour, maize meal, oil, and meat are delivered daily, each batch carefully tracked and tested. Most of the cornmeal used in this product comes from the Midwestern states of the United States, where vast farms in Iowa, Nebraska, and Illinois harvest millions of bushels each year. These golden kernels are milled locally and then shipped in bulk to production facilities, often located near major distribution hubs for logistical ease. The flour, typically enriched wheat flour, is sourced from regional suppliers that process wheat grown across North America, particularly from the Great Plains. Before any production can begin, the raw ingredients must undergo a stringent quality control process. Each truckload is sampled, tested for moisture levels, contaminants, and freshness. The cornmeal, for instance, must be finely milled to a specific granulation. Too coarse, and the batter becomes gritty. Too fine, and it lacks structure. Once cleared, ingredients are stored in climate-controlled silos or bins to preserve their integrity until needed. The beef or chicken used for the filling is delivered chilled, sometimes frozen, and comes from USDA-inspected facilities. Many factories now source meat from vertically integrated suppliers to ensure traceability and consistent standards. Some producers opt for mechanically separated meat, which is cost-effective and ensures a uniform texture ideal for this application. Inside the processing plant, the meat is the first to be transformed. Large blocks are fed into industrial grinders, machines that can process several hundred kilograms per hour. These grinders break down the protein into a smooth paste, which is then mixed with salt, spices, sugar, and preservatives in a ribbon blender. This machine uses horizontal blades to evenly mix the ingredients, ensuring every bite tastes the same. The seasoned meat is then moved to a vacuum stuffer, which fills synthetic or natural casings with high precision, forming uniform, sausage-like logs. These are cooked either by steam or water immersion to reach safe internal temperatures before being cooled and moved on to the next phase. Parallel to this, the dry mix for the outer coating is prepared. In a high-capacity ribbon blender, the cornmeal is combined with flour, sugar, salt, baking powder, and sometimes powdered egg. This blend must be exact, as even a minor variation in leavening agents can impact the final texture. Water and liquid egg are added in giant stainless steel tanks to create the batter. The consistency here is critical. It needs to be thick enough to adhere evenly, but thin enough to form a smooth shell. Automated sensors check the viscosity in real time, and corrections are made on the fly if anything drifts out of spec. One of the more fascinating machines in this process is the stick inserter. Before anything is dipped, each cooked meat core must be skewered. This isn't done by hand. Instead, rows of sausages are aligned on a conveyor belt and pass through a high-speed robotic arm that plunges wooden sticks into the center of each one. These sticks are often made of birch or poplar and must be food-safe, splinter-free, and strong enough to support the finished product. The machine must insert them at just the right angle and depth. If it goes too far or not far enough, the entire batch could be rejected. Once skewered, they're ready for their bath. The dipping station is a marvel of timing and fluid dynamics. As the conveyor moves forward, each stick is picked up and dipped vertically into a vat of freshly mixed batter. This happens in less than 2 seconds. After the dip, the coated item is immediately passed through a fryer filled with hot oil, typically soybean or canola, kept at around 180 degrees Celsius. The flash frying lasts about 1 minute. This is enough to set the crust and give it that signature golden brown color. From there, the product is sent through a tunnel fryer, where it cooks for an additional 3 to 5 minutes to ensure the center is heated through and the coating crisped to perfection. Automation dominates most of the production line. From mixing to cooking to cooling, machines do nearly all the work. Modern plants operate with as few as 15 workers on the floor during a shift, most of whom monitor equipment, check quality control data, and manage packaging logistics. The final product is cooled on spiral conveyors that gently bring down the temperature to prepare it for freezing. Freezing must happen fast. Using cryogenic tunnels cooled with liquid nitrogen or carbon dioxide, the cooked product is flash frozen to lock in freshness and prevent sogginess upon reheating. These tunnels can process over 1,000 units per minute, depending on line speed and product size. Once frozen, the goods are packed into bags or boxes, sealed, labeled, and palletized. Robotic arms lift and stack boxes onto pallets, which are shrink-wrapped and moved into cold storage. These storage areas often span thousands of square meters and are maintained at -20 degrees Celsius. From here, trucks take over, transporting the goods to supermarkets, stadiums, schools, and convenience stores across the country and beyond. On average, a large facility can produce up to 1 million units per day. Annually, that adds up to over 300 million from a single site. In the United States alone, consumers purchase nearly 1 billion servings of this product each year. Historically, the concept was born in Texas in the early 1940s. While battered and fried sausages had existed in other forms for decades, especially in places like Germany and Korea, it was Carl and Neil Fletcher who popularized the stick-held version at the Texas State Fair. At the time, it was a novelty, combining portable eating with the indulgence of deep-fried fair food. Over the decades, its popularity exploded, spreading across amusement parks, school cafeterias, and eventually into the frozen food aisle. Today, they're consumed in nearly every state, with especially strong markets in the South and Midwest. The global appeal continues to grow. Countries like South Korea have adopted and reinvented the format with mozzarella-filled variations, panko crusts, and even sugar-dusted coatings. These adaptations have spurred new trends, prompting producers to tweak their machines and recipes to cater to export markets. Manufacturers in the United States now ship hundreds of containers annually to Asia and Latin America, expanding the market far beyond domestic borders. Some factories now dedicate entire lines to specialized international versions, using region-specific ingredients and flavor profiles. But the process isn't without its challenges. One major issue is ingredient sourcing. Corn crops are heavily influenced by weather patterns, and droughts or floods can spike prices or reduce quality. In years of poor yield, some factories are forced to import from other countries like Brazil or Argentina. Meat supply chains also face pressure from disease outbreaks, fluctuating grain prices, and labor shortages at processing plants. Ensuring consistency in such a large-scale operation requires a tightly managed network of suppliers, logistics teams, and quality assurance protocols. Economically, the cost of producing a single unit is relatively low, often just under 20 cents, including ingredients, energy, labor, and packaging. However, rising energy prices and global supply chain issues have pushed that number higher in recent years. To stay competitive, many factories have invested in energy-efficient fryers, LED lighting, and automated monitoring systems that reduce waste and increase throughput. Some have even partnered with local farmers to shorten the supply chain and ensure fresher inputs. The machinery involved in the early stages is crucial. Take the pneumatic transport systems, for example, which move cornmeal from storage bins to blending tanks through a network of tubes using air pressure alone. These systems reduce manual handling and contamination risk. Or consider the industrial metal detectors placed at several points along the line, ensuring no fragments from machines end up in the final product. Everything is built for hygiene, with stainless steel surfaces, self-cleaning vats, and wash-down zones designed to withstand powerful sanitizing jets. Time is another critical factor. From the arrival of raw materials to a finished frozen product ready for shipment, the entire process can be completed in under 24 hours. This speed is essential to meet demand, particularly during peak seasons like state fairs and sports events. Factories operate in 3 shifts, 24 hours a day, sometimes pausing only on major holidays or during equipment maintenance. The people behind the machines play an important role as well. While automation handles much of the physical labor, skilled technicians, food scientists, and maintenance engineers ensure everything runs smoothly. They monitor ingredient ratios, frying times, cooling curves, and packaging seals. If something goes wrong, a jam in the stick inserter or a temperature drop in the fryer, production can halt instantly, risking thousands of pounds in wasted product. Despite its humble beginnings, this snack has become a multi-billion-dollar industry. It reflects the intersection of convenience, indulgence, and industrial precision. From Midwestern cornfields to cryogenic freezers, every part of the supply chain has been optimized to deliver that iconic handheld bite. Whether it's eaten at a fairground or microwaved at home, the appeal lies in its simplicity. Just meat, batter, and heat. But the process behind it is anything but simple. And as technology continues to evolve, producers are exploring new options like plant-based versions, air frying instead of deep frying, and recyclable packaging to appeal to a health-conscious and environmentally aware audience. But no matter how it's made, the unmistakable combination of crispy coating and savory filling continues to hold its place in America's culinary landscape, one perfectly skewered bite at a time. Thanks for watching. It's amazing how much precision, machinery, and history goes into something as simple and delicious as a corn dog. If you enjoyed diving into the world behind the fryer, there's so much more to explore. From frozen favorites to factory-made desserts, the world of food production is full of surprises, and we've got plenty more videos that take you straight inside the action. So if you're hungry for more behind-the-scenes breakdowns, be sure to check out our next episode right after this one. And if you haven't already, hit that like button. It really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a bite of the action. We'd love to hear from you too. What's your favorite fairground snack or frozen treat? Or is there a food-making process you've always been curious about? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're always looking for tasty suggestions from viewers like you. See you in the next one.